Hello, my children. We're using new music today because we got copyright striked for the last music. It's actually pretty loud. Now we're using free copyright instrumental worship music so I can give sermons. Hello, everybody. Can we call in? Can you give me a sec, Aiden? Hi, everybody. Stash is looking right, damn straight. We put effort in that. It's not easy being this steezy, you know? Indy, we're going back to the old one. We're going back to calls. I appreciate it. Same chapel. I don't know how long you've been away. Same chapel. Looking light today, Father. What does that mean? Skinny? Or like my face is very white? We're not doing... Okay, so, heads up. Before anyone shows up here. Did we get the notification? Notification gang? Did they get their notifications? Yes, they did. Okay. We're going back to the call thing. I was trying to edit the podcast audio, and it's a nightmare. And it's more fun if we just have rapid-fire people calling in. But you're not chunky either. Thank you. Happy 420, everybody. This is a different church. It is the same church. It's positively the same church. I think I'm showing more chair. That could be it. But it's the same church. Missed a couple months. Hey, Father, today I have a very, very important call. I'm pretty young, so I need your guidance. Why is it important? How do I call? Well, you call that number up there. I haven't opened the lines yet up, though. Got a couple more minutes. I just like to do this. Before we get going, I want to show everyone a fan song someone sent us. Hold on. This is from Bobby. Give it a listen.
It doesn't have to be a bad day, though I am not great. Even though you left me undelivered the night of our date. My buddy is single and he is not doing well. But we all feel better at the ringing of our church bell.
Listen to this. There's so many references.
Father Tucker's gonna open the lines and listen to our stories. He is gonna share his greatest advice. To him we give glory. Doesn't matter if you've been broken up with 14 times. He will forgive you for all your sin-bin crimes. Father Tucker's gonna open the lines and listen to our stories. We're the DownBad Patrollees. It doesn't have to be a bad day if they turn you down. If you shoot your shot, Father, and we will be so proud. Just no incels, incest, weird shit with your pets, killing spiders, starting fires, sounding 50 at recess. No baking in the chat, no fedora hats. Don't let your day walk all over you like you are a doormat. No cold leaders, we are great secret keepers. Father will do his best to stop you from being a people pleaser. Come in and have a good time, send your text and get in line. After Father, we all pine communion, but without the wine, we promise we will be just fine, cause he is the divine. This is your sign to join the DownBad Hotline. Father Tucker's gonna open the lines and listen to our stories. He is gonna share his greatest advice. To him we give
glory.
Doesn't matter if you've been broken up with 14 times. He will forgive you for all your
Simping crimes.
Father Tucker's gonna open the lines and listen to our stories. We're the DownBad Patrollees.
How beautiful. How fantastic was that? She referenced the Spider Kid. She referenced arson. She referenced all the children we get on this show that sound like they're 90 years old. She referenced the dude getting broken up with 14 times. Fucking amazing. The fact that I don't like when people are people pleasers. All of it. Good job, Bobby. I talked to her. I'm gonna put it in the podcast. It's gonna be the opening and closing. Or at least the opening. It's fucking amazing. That's probably one of the best fan things anyone's ever done for me. Probably is. Absolutely is, actually. All right. We're opening up the lines. Jesus Christ. I'll call this person back. How many times are you going to call in 3 minutes?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, Father. How's everything?
Good. What's your name?
My name is Alejandro, and I'm here to talk shit about somebody.
To what degree?
Very.
I mean, what a maniacal laugh that is. So, I mean, okay, what's the story?
Okay. What's your name?
Tucker.
Tucker. Okay, so you're not named Michael. Good. Have you ever met a decent guy named Michael?
I've met 2, but I've met 7. So, the odds are stacked against Michael's.
How bad are those 5 Michaels?
Varying degrees of scumbaggery.
Yes. I've never met a good person named Michael. Let me tell you, I'm a little high right now. It is 4:20. I don't think you remember me, but I talked about the fucking burger and the witch, the fucking upstate.
Bro, how are you gonna sneak it? How many times did you call today? Oh my God, how many times did you call today?
To try to get in?
Yes.
I think around 18 times.
Hey, it's been 5 minutes. Okay, why do you want to talk shit about Michael?
Because there's been no good person named Michael, and his fucking privileged ass fucking should be kicked off a pedestal and fucking stomped on. I hate people named Michael. Fucking.
That's generalization. There's a dude named Michael in the Bible. He's a vibe. He did everything right. There's nothing wrong with him.
What do you mean he did everything right?
Michael Sarah.
Oh, yeah, there's Michael Sarah.
Mike, I'm trying to think of other good Michaels. My Uncle Mike, okay. He's dope. I had a hamster named Mike, named after the uncle. He died tragically, but he was fine. There's good Mikes out there.
But there's mostly bad Mikes.
I mean, we got Mike Pence. That's not a good one. Mike.
No.
Michael Myers. He's great.
Yeah.
Not the murderer. No. Okay, that balances each other out. There's the murderer.
Yeah. Fucking... Who else is named? There's Doug Bowser.
Michael Jackson, that's up for the air. Michael Bloomberg is a nightmare. Michael Scott is a fictional character. Mike Tyson? Mike Tyson's a pimp.
Mike Tyson is really nice.
I mean, no, actually, he did a lot of fucked up shit. But he's good now. He's a good person now.
Tiger. He owned a tiger, I think.
He owned 2 tigers, yeah.
Holy shit, man. There's fucking... Who else is named Michael that it's good?
Someone said Michael Afton, you FNAF nerd.
No, Michael Afton's the GOAT.
I always come back. I went down a huge rabbit hole of fucking FNAF lore. Don't know. It was like 2 in the morning, and I just watched like 7 videos about FNAF. So that's what
Did you grow up with it, or was it just like recent that you decided to go on this binge?
Well, I'm 24, and I was up with it with the lore until the 3rd game, and then I dropped out, and then I went back, and it's gotten way crazier. All the fan videos and shit, it's nuts.
Nah, yeah, that's I don't know, man. The timeline just got really fucked up. But I don't know if you know this, but Scott Cawthon, the creator of FNAF, was like, he's funding a lot of fan games to get like bigger budget games. Yeah. And there's gonna be FNAF Plus coming out soon, so I really think people should check that out because it's really fucking good.
Why are we? I mean, people are trying to talk about there's a kid, people desperate in the chat talk about relationships. We're over here talking about fucking Scott Cawthon. I'm gonna happy 420, my guy. I'm gonna let you go. All right.
All right, but seriously, fuck Michael.
Fuck Michael.
Especially the Michael I have mine in my mind. Fuck him. Fuck his privileged ass, white ass, sorry, son of a bitch ass. Fucking horrible, horrible place. He never cleaned up his place once. It's fucking terrible, and he had the worst weed. I swear to God, he had the worst weed.
Bless your heart, my child. He's got a lot of hate in him. Got a lot of hate in that boy. That kid always brings a certain energy. What are we talking about FNAF? Someone said Michael Afton. It's a long story.
Call from Alex.
Alex, how we doing, my son?
Oh my God, I didn't expect you to pick up. Oh my. Okay. Hello, Father.
Hello.
Okay. So this story, I need advice. It happened a few weeks ago, but like, I'm still trying to like figure out how to deal with it, right?
Right.
So there's this girl who like she's in my class, right? And like she's kind of cute, and we started talking, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we were like messaging and shit, right?
Right.
And wait, sorry, am I allowed to curse?
I mean, to a degree, yeah.
Okay, cool. So like we started talking, and then like we started to like get to know each other and like get to know like our interests and stuff. And then I collect Funko Pops. Like I just think it's fun. I don't know why, but I sent her a picture, and I think I had like 35 at the time, and I sent her a picture of it, right? And I thought it was cool. Like people like have like complimented me on it because like it's really cool and I really like my collection. Right. But then I sent her the picture of it, and then she ghosted me, and like she hasn't talked to me. And like we had a first semester class together, so we're not in class together anymore, right? So like I don't get to talk to her in school, but like she ghosted me, and I don't know what to do.
All right. Well, listen. How old are you?
I'm 14.
14. Okay. So, I mean, whatever. So, let me give you a little brief into my life. From the ages of, I think, 11 to 14, I collected Webkins. Do you know what Webkins are?
No.
Oh,
No, I don't.
You poor boy. Webkins. Do you remember, like, Club Penguin, Neopets? Do you remember any of that?
I love Club Penguin.
Okay, so it was like Club Penguin, but you'd buy these real-life plushies of animals, and on the tag would be a code, and that animal would be like put into your virtual world. And for one of my birthdays, I just said I want Webkins. So every relative brought me a different Webkin, and I had 35 fucking Webkins. Right?
Wow.
I thought it was sick, and everyone I knew played Webkins. But then when I brought it around to like girls I was interested in, mind you, it's a little bit different. Funko Pops are collectibles, and these are, stuffed animals. But still, it was awkward. It's not everybody's cup of tea. So I mean, like you said, you've been complimented on them before, but this girl found that weird, and that's fine. If your hobbies are your hobbies, if you're into it and you think they're cool, fuck them. I mean, don't change yourself for this person, but not everyone's going to jump on board with that. Especially with collecting shit. Collecting shit can be seen as like a mental illness in terms of like, it's a red flag to people if you have a lot of the same thing. Like if you came in my room and I had a bunch of like World War II figurines or toy trains, like people collect these things, but it's a little bit of a red flag if you're the kind of mental health person. But like I said, you're 14, you're just collecting shit. It's fun for you. But
yeah,
that ship has sailed in terms of, getting her attention because she was freaked out by that. That's not her cup of tea. But fuck it. Were you going to trade in your pop funk? What are they called? Funko Pops? Were you going to trade them in to date this girl? Would you ever do that?
No.
Yeah, then fuck her. If she's not going to be into it, you're not going to change your life for it.
All right.
All right? Don't feel bad about that. It's dorky. Okay. It's definitely dorky, but be a dork. You're a dork. It's fine.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you, Father.
No problem. Have a blessed one.
You too.
I bet Father collects trains. I don't. Tater tot. I don't collect trains. I don't collect anything. I'm too poor to collect shit. Funko Pops are even like $20 a rip.
Call from
Jason.
Jason, how we doing?
Oh, what's up, man? Okay, so I have a couple questions, or like I have one question.
All right.
So basically, I've been talking to this girl, and I stay up with her on like FaceTime, and like we're getting really close and stuff. But I don't know, for some reason, whenever she's never had a boyfriend before, but she's kind of like ho-ish. I don't know if that's against TOS, but like she kind of like isn't like the most.
She's promiscuous.
Yeah. Like that. But what's it called? Whenever she talks about like the things she's done with these guys, I kind of get like, I don't know, like my heart like.
Yeah.
I get jealous.
Yeah. That's
like extreme like jealousy.
That's natural to a degree.
Go collect things and stuff.
Well, like this the only reason why I'm calling it because like I know jealousy is normal, but one night she was telling me about like some guys she gave like head to or something.
Right.
I was like, okay, whatever. Girls are girls, whatever. And then the next day at work, I was like in like shock. I don't know, like I couldn't. It was like struggling to like breathe, and I just couldn't get her off my mind. And I don't know really what was happening. Is that like me being obsessed, or like how can I even?
No, well, that sounds like a panic attack to a degree, anxiety attack, which is, that's something you can work on. Just be aware of that. I mean, what were the symptoms? Like you just like clammed up, couldn't really breathe right, felt like your body was weird, shit like that. So that's an anxiety. That's a relative anxiety attack. Probably wasn't the worst it could have been, but that's just something that you were stressed out and your body went into flight or flight mode. So it dumps a bunch of adrenaline and then it tries to figure out why it has a bunch of adrenaline and then it just kind of goes into a cycle. So that's just what happened. I mean, that's just something that happens to humans. So moving past that, are you dating this person?
No, we're like
talking.
It's kind of it's like in the state of talking, like dating. Like we're kind of like right there, but I haven't officially asked her out yet. Like
okay, so
to be my girlfriend.
When you're in this situation, you got to communicate how it makes you feel because, whatever. I don't think she thinks she's doing anything wrong. If she's trying to make you jealous, that's toxic. But, communicate to her just being like, it's not wrong to say, hey, I don't really want it. Like, it makes me uncomfortable hearing these things. It makes me upset. I really care about you. And hearing that shit just, like, really upsets me. Like, if you break that down for her, that's a different level. You know what I mean? Because if you just sit there and get angry about it, that's going to pop one day. Not going to be a good look. So you got to communicate these feelings.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, it's a shit show. And it's going to be awkward a little bit, but it's better than sitting there and seething,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Communicate it.
Yeah. Communication. All right.
Which is such
Thank you,
such a basic answer, but it's true. You got to communicate your feelings. All right, my guy?
Yeah, no, you're right.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Father.
Bless your heart. You too.
Says no begging in the chat, no fedora hats, don't let your day walk all over you like you are a doormat. No cold leaders, we are great secret keepers, Father.
All right, I got to play that a little bit better.
Call from
Your boy Aiden.
Aiden?
Yo, what's up, Father?
What's up? Are you on
Yeah,
are you on speaker?
No, one second. I'm on my earbuds. Let me take it out.
Please do.
Yo, what's good, Father?
What's
Long time
poppin'?
no see.
What's going on?
Okay, so, funny thing. I'm in a weird situation right now, but your advice worked. Things are going great, but before that...
What was my exact advice?
Pardon?
What was my exact advice to you?
Be more social, start being more confident, etc. Like, be more full of yourself in some sense.
Yeah, okay, yeah, exactly. You got something going for you.
So, weird predicament. I've called you from the gym bathroom where I'm flexing shirtless because I have nothing better to do.
Cool.
I got the bicep on. Absolutely beautiful, regardless. So, good things and bad things happened. So, I was in the Discord. We were talking on Thursday last week. I made dango. It's like a Japanese candy made with rice flour. I brought it to school for like a project.
Okay.
Turns out some of my friends are her friends as well. And I offer it to her, and she says she doesn't like sweets. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. Okay, let me start from the beginning. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit too excited. So, that Thursday morning, she comes up and talks to me again out of nowhere. And this time, I actually had the capacity to talk, make full conversation, talk to her well.
All right.
And it worked out well. We had a good conversation. But here comes the bad part. At lunch, I promised my friends I'd give them some dango, which is like a sweet. And I see her in the library, but I don't see who she's with. I get scared, and I walk the opposite direction of the library, around her to the table I was supposed to be at. Turns out the people I didn't see were the friends I owed the dango to, and I made full eye contact when I was moving around the library.
Is it like windows, like glass, you could see through it?
No, like, what's it called? There's a big open area in the center of our library where most of us eat lunch. And I was going around the tables. So imagine she's on the middle left side. I go, all the way to the far right side and then back to the far left.
So she saw you avoid it.
Yeah. So and she was with the friends I was supposed to give the sweet to. So I got there, I give them the sweet, I offered to her, like, I'm being a little persistent. I'm like, oh, you took a lot of time. Like, what's it called? Would you like one? Like, no, I don't like sweets. Then the plan began. I go to the Discord server. I'm like, fuck, she didn't take my what's the fucking sweet. But apologies for the profanity. We talk about it in the Discord, and they're like, what about soft pretzels? And I'm like, I bet I make 16 soft pretzels 3 a.m. Monday morning.
Oh my God.
16 of these like massive soft pretzels. I'll tag you in the what's called photo on the server, but regardless, I bring it to school tomorrow. I'm just giving it to my friends, etc., because I spend a lot of time on these. It tastes pretty good. Then it gets to her. I see her in the hallway. What's up? So I see her at the lunch tip. And I'm like, this is my chance. I made 16 soft pretzels.
How
How
are you carrying 16 soft pretzels?
Backpack.
Just they're all stuffed in your backpack? That's so many pretzels.
No, they're in separate what's a little like baggies.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, like I am very what's called. I don't like germs in my food, you know.
Right. Yeah.
I don't want people to like stick their hand in a bag. But I offer her one. She's like, no. I'm like, what's it called? These are really good. What's it called? Your friends like this. Are you sure you don't want one? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. I go home. I'm about to punch myself in the face. But then today came, Father. Today, the most glorious thing happened. Today, it was like 3 degrees here in Canada. So I go back to wearing what's called t-shirt shorts because it's warm now. I go in. I wear my JoJo shirt, my anime shirt. And guess who recognizes the anime and can quote the anime in perfect Japanese?
That girl. The girl.
Exactly. What's it called? I see her. I go up to her and I talk to her because I have gained a lot of confidence somewhat. I'm talking to a lot more people. But I talk to her and she's like, she starts quoting in perfect Japanese. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Because I know for a fact that not for a fact, but from what I understand, she's not what's called ethnically Japanese. And then she starts speaking Korean, and I'm like, yo, what? Turns out, I talk with her more. She takes what's called advanced Korean and Japanese, and she can pretty much quote all these things in absolutely beautiful Japanese.
So did you work with that?
I worked with that. I talked with her for like a good 15, almost 20 minutes. Then I see her again at like, what's it called, end of lunch. Talk to her again. Things are going pretty good. But then at the end of the day, today was the day I planned to ask her for a socialist because I don't have her on anything. And I really want to get some way more confidence on that. I see her. Guess whose bus just arrived when I see her and I was about to go talk to her?
You or hers, I'm guessing?
My bus. I had to run over to the bus stop so I wouldn't be late.
Well,
so now I've been sulking for the past like 2 hours at the gym, being like, why didn't I just take the next bus? Why?
Well, I'm just like your day out, my guy. Just you're good. You're a day out. Just go get her socials tomorrow.
Okay, got you.
Easy
peasy. I wear my other JoJo shirts because my wardrobe it just consists of them.
Yeah, don't wear the same shirt, but definitely change it up. But you know, you got anime. Right. You did exactly what I said the first time you called in. You got the bond there, so it's already moving. Just get her socials or give her a Crunchyroll account or whatever the fuck you got to do. All right.
Got you.
All right, my guy. Enjoy your pretzels.
Have a very happy 420. I wish you the best.
Bless
I'll
your heart.
Call you with an update on Friday.
All right. Love it. Thank you so much. Making soft pretzels? That's insane. Also, Tater Tot with the $25 saying go collect things and stuff. Thank you. And we had, I hope he's still here, Landon with the subscription. I didn't even notice that the first time you sent it in. Thank you so much. 420 is the day. I think I have to comment on that. It's the devil's lettuce, though, and I'm a priest.
Call from.
My name is Hugo.
To accept, press.
Hi, Hugo. How you doing?
Oh, hi. Oh, shit, I didn't think you pick up. Hi.
Hey, what's up?
Hi, father. So I called because I'm in quite a interesting situation, and I've been kind of asking my friends about it, but they've kind of been laughing at me because I've kind of fucked it up pretty bad.
Are you Australian?
I am Australian, yeah. I live in America, though. Yeah, I am Australian.
I just wasn't. It's an American number. I wasn't expecting that. But okay, let's break down the situation.
Okay, so there's this girl in my class, and she's really pretty, and I've kind of been wanting to ask her out for a really long time. And there was this dance coming up, and I really wanted to go because I knew she was going to be there, and I'm like, I gotta do something. I'm gonna shoot my shot. And the dance starts coming up, and I realized that I hadn't got myself a ticket, so I signed up for one. But it was at a rich kids, dance club or Mac club or whatever, and I couldn't get a ticket until the last minute. So the night before, I was getting dressed and everything, and I was really nervous. And then I go to the dance, and I see her. And she, I kind of been, subtly talking to her a bit more and more on like socials and stuff, trying to build something up so that it wouldn't be like as weird if I asked her to dance or whatever.
Right.
And as you can probably tell, I'm a bit younger. I'm 13. I'm in 7th grade.
Oh my God.
This is kind of more of a big deal for me.
Right.
And we're at the dance, and all my friends, I told them that I wanted to dance with her, and they were all with me and supporting me, and like, all right, you can shoot your shot. I waited for a good song to come on, and they only played one slow dance song that night.
Hold up with your story. You broke up a little bit. They only played one slow dance song that night.
Yes, and it came on, and I knew that I had to do something.
Right.
Sorry, it's a little bit windy. I'm outside. And the song comes on, and I sort of go over towards her, and she's got her back face to me, and I almost chicken out. And then she turns around, and I like kind of mumble my words and shit.
Right.
And then she just looks at me, and she kind of understood what I was trying to say. And her friends kind of pushed her, and my boy's like, "Come on, do it." So, I kind of asked her, and then before I could really say anything, or before she, replied, she had her hands on my shoulders and was, sort of dancing with me, and didn't really know what to do. So I just kind of done what I thought I was going to do if I ever got into that situation. I just put my hands on her hips, and we just kind of started spinning, and it was amazing. I know it kind of sounds a bit cringy. I don't really...
No, it is not cringy at all, man. It's making me smile. That's legitimately, we've all been there. We've all been to a school dance, so... That's dope.
We were dancing, and then before I knew it, there was everyone at the dance crowded around watching because no one really else had the balls to dance with anyone. So
exactly. I was going to say that.
And it turns out in the end there was 250 people watching, which was a lot more than I had hoped for. And so we were dancing, and then people, obviously, being middle schoolers, started chanting for us to kiss, and my mouth went dry, and I was like, "Oh, there's no way I can do this." And I sort of slowed down. I thought I was going to chicken out, but sort of, nervous.
Yeah, sorry, you broke up a little bit. But yeah, okay, you get nervous.
Yeah, the pressure's on. And then she looks at me, and it feels like my heart's just stopped. And I just sort of nod, ever so slightly. And then she nods at me, and then she pulls me in and she kisses me in front of the entire... The noise was deafening, and I just stood back, and I couldn't move. I didn't know what to do. And then next thing I knew, all my friends were around me, and they were cheering, grabbing me, celebrating, and I just stood there dumbfounded. And yeah, that's mainly what happened that night. And it was amazing.
So yeah, how is this? You said you fucked up. How did you mess up?
Well, the fuck up came the day after. All right. So, I wake up next morning, forgot I did it. I, remembered it, and I was just, the memories all came flooding back, and I smiled, and I was on cloud 9. It was amazing. And then I was I go to sports practice with my friends, and I'm bragging about it because they weren't there at that time. And I was telling them all about it. And I was kind of got a little bit ahead of myself. I made the very, very big mistake of, listening to, you probably are familiar with Send It's on Snapchat and stuff.
Yeah.
So anonymous question thing. Yeah, someone asked me to post the video of me kissing her on the story, and I did on accident. Which, first mistake. Then my continuous mistakes was not learning from it, not realizing I made a mistake. Then, the day after I do that, 2 days after the dance, she leaves me on delivered for more than usual. And then, next thing I know, it's been 2 days and she hasn't replied to me at all. And that's how we got to today. And today is when it got real. I show up to school. She didn't show up to school yesterday. We had Monday off for Easter. But she didn't show up to school yesterday. And I didn't know why. I think she was sick or something. But then she came to school today. When I saw her, and I was sort of confused on why she wasn't, texting me at all. But I see her, I begin to walk towards her, and she might have seen me, but then she kind of just leaves and is obviously avoiding me and kind of ghosting me. And this, makes me really nervous because I'm like, well, what did I do? Start questioning myself, my friends. I asked them about it. They say it's probably because I posted the thing on my Snap story, and I probably shouldn't have done that, and I regret doing it. But yeah, sorry, I busted passing by.
You're good. I mean,
I'm sorry. That's sad.
Well, so you did make a mistake, right? I mean, the fact that there's 250 people there, and like a lot of people saw it, but private moments are relatively private moments. So, but you learn from your mistakes. You shouldn't have done that. You got excited. This is probably one of the best moments of your life so far, and you wanted to share it. That makes sense. But it's one of those.
Yeah, I did.
One of those things where keep those things to yourself. One, no one if you keep it to yourself, it makes it a lot more potent in the sense that it's just a special thing to you. You got a little chip on your shoulder and you wanted to show other people, but you'll realize as you get older, these magical moments, like walking around telling everyone about it, makes it less magical. Like keeping it to yourself, just letting that glory shine through you. That's what it's all about. It's not about letting other people know, unless you get a high score in a video game, then post it. But whatever. And another thing I want to let you know is, you're young, you don't get it. You are an Australian in America. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Start playing them strengths. One, you had the confidence to go up and ask her, but an Australian 3 in America is 7. You jump up several ranks just by having that accent. So play to your strengths. That shit's gonna carry you at least through high school. You made the mistake. It's whatever. You should probably apologize to her in a text.
Yeah.
Just send it hey, listen, I know I fucked up. I probably shouldn't have done that. You don't go into it she's upset about it because you don't know. You don't know why she's not talking to you.
Yeah.
You'd be like, hey, listen, I just realized I shouldn't have done that. I'm really sorry about that. And, she might respond, she might not, but just get it off your conscience. You feel bad about it, and it'll be a good peace offering, a good olive branch. But besides that, man, I mean, it's an up-good story. You just kind of didn't stick the landing. That's all that happened.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of what happened. And, her friends ended up telling me at the end of the day why she originally ghosted me. They didn't tell me she was upset about me posting it or not, but they did tell me that she said that she wasn't ready for getting into something with me or whatever, which I didn't sort of understand why she ghosted me for that reason, but I guess maybe she was scared to talk to me.
Well,
but,
I talk about this all the time on the show, especially. It's a lot easier to ghost someone just because you don't have to deal with conflict. And it's I posted this on TikTok, and people got mad at me because they said, men will attack people if they get rejected, which... Yeah. I don't fully agree with that, just because if you ghost someone, that creates as much anger as getting rejected. So I think you're putting yourself in as much danger as ever. Men can suck. I get that. But regardless, it's a lot, it's emotional damage telling someone that you don't want to date them or they're not ready. And she's, you're young. She probably wasn't emotionally developed for that. So she just walked away from the situation. So
yeah.
And plus, it was just a dance and a kiss. She was just having fun. You guys were having fun. You're having your coming of age moment. So shouldn't expect anything out of that, but it could have been nice if it happened, but it didn't, and that's fine. You came out with a dub. Be happy about that.
Yeah. I will be, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you, Father.
Bless your Australian heart. Go drink some... What do you guys have? Marmite? Is that your thing?
Vegemite is our thing, yeah.
Vegemite. Go eat some Vegemite for me, all right? Put it on some
I
toast.
will.
Bless your heart.
All right, cheers.
Bye. Yeah, people did get mad at me on TikTok for saying that. But I still hold to that. You're just in much danger by ghosting someone. Actually, you're putting yourself in a little bit more because they're going to reach out to you. They're going to try and find you. if they're crazy. I'm not saying all men are. Victor with the 70 bits. Thank you for sending one each. I don't know how long that takes to do it. Ref with the Prime sub. Thank you so much. Mira with the resub on the Prime. Thank you so much. Danny got banned with the Prime sub. Thank you so much. When did this all happen?
Call from
Harry.
Harry? Is that your name?
Oh, hello.
Is this another? Where are you from?
Harry. Hello.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Yeah. Yo, what's up, brother?
What's up? Where are you from?
I'm from Sweden.
Sweden. All right. What can I do for you?
I have a problem.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will explain it. So, me and a girl, we went on a date to ice cream shop.
Right.
And I'm 16. And so, like, it's pretty funny. I get, like, 2 kilo, 2 balls of ice cream, like small balls. And I'm like, yeah, it's chill. It costs like $5. I was like, that's overpriced, but who cares? So I paid for mine. And then she went and she took a lot of balls. But she...
Do you mean scoops?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Scoops. All right. Not balls of ice cream. Scoops of ice cream. Okay. Yeah. So she had a lot of scoops.
Yeah. And I had like $15 on my card, but the total came up to 170. Well, that's 170 crowns. $17, right?
Oh, so you didn't have enough money?
So I had to stand there, and no, I did not have a lot of money. I spent my money. So I had to stand there, and I had to beg my dad for like $2. But yeah, so eventually I got money. I paid. Yeah. Everything's fine. So I go back home to my house, my apartment, and we stayed there for a bit, and then she left. And then she told me, she was like, I need $20 for dinner because, like, I'm in the middle of nowhere. And I was like, yeah, like, if you pay it back. Yeah, yeah. She's not my girlfriend, not yet.
Right.
So anyway, as 2 days go by, I invited her over on her birthday, and and I had like a really nice cake, and I started to make out with her, and then and then she got mad because like I started hanging, so she threw the cake in my face, and that was not funny. And then she left, and then she ghosted me for 3 days, and I do not know what to do.
You just gave me a crazy amount of updates. All right, so you were on your birthday. How did you make? What mistake did you make?
Her birthday. It was her birthday.
Her birthday.
We were like making out, and I don't know. I guess I stuck my tongue too far in or something. I don't know, but she got mad.
Oh, you messed up the makeout.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, how old? You're 16?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, mistakes are made. I guess you could try and talk that out, but if she's going to be this upset about it, seems like a lot of drama. Plus, she's asking you for money, which is weird. I mean, just...
Yeah.
I do your best to resolve the situation, but I don't think you're losing a lot by not resolving the situation.
Okay. Thank you. But should I go to... So, like, if I want to resolve the situation, like, she's like an 11 out of 10, big bunda, big melons, and so should I go to her house, take like the little and like throw them at the window so that she opens, and then I climb in, and it's like a movie.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Because if you do that, I've seen people try and do that. It's very cute, but you always end up breaking a window. You always end up throwing a rock through a window, which becomes way more threatening than cute. Don't do that. If you want, just take the music out the window thing. Hold a boombox above your head. Don't throw rocks at a window. I'm telling you. I've seen it happen before. I've seen it happen 3 times in my life where people are throwing pebbles at windows and it breaks the fucking window. So don't do that. But if If you want to make up with big boned girl, you know, do what you want, have your fun, but you gotta, you know, I don't know. I don't even know at this point. I said don't do it, but if you want to continue, you know, be cute about it. Just go to her house, apologize.
Okay, but if I don't want to continue, what do I do? Do I just go more?
Yeah, just don't respond to what she says. Walk away. She already ghosted you.
Yeah, but sometimes she sends me pictures of her big bunda.
Yeah, don't be weak.
Okay.
Okay?
Well, it's hard to not be weak.
No, yeah, that's the hard part about being weak. Is not being weak.
You know, you're like 100 IQ, 179 IQ, I don't know.
Big brain.
Yeah, you know, this cost me like $50, no, not $50, like $5 or $7 just to talk to you.
Every minute?
Yeah.
Oh my God! All right, I'm not.
Like no, like $1 a minute or something.
Still, okay. I appreciate you putting that effort in. Love to hear from the international fans. Don't want to spend any more of your money. I wish you the best of luck with Big Booby Big Butt Girl. All right.
Okay, thank you. Will you put this on TikTok?
Possibly.
So I can get famous. Okay.
I'll look into it. All right, my guy.
One question though. One question. In the U.S., is there so many fat people as people say?
What did you just say? What?
In the U.S., is there like fat people, like a lot of fat people, or is it a myth?
There's as many fat people in the U.S. as there is in Britain.
Really?
Yes.
That's fucking insane, man.
We have the same rate of obesity.
Insane. You know, I'm fat too, but like I feel like I want to lose weight, but I like kebab too much. I want to take more time, chef, like spam pork chef or something. I don't know. I'm not a streamer. Goodbye.
Goodbye, my son. Are there a lot of fat people in America, or is it a myth? Yeah, we're pretty fat. We just talk about it more. Something happened in the chat. What's going on? BS with the 4-month sub. Thank you so much. Dark Slash with the resub. Indy gave out 4 subs for 420. We aren't fat. We're happy. True. We're comfortable.
Call from
Joey.
Joey, how we doing?
Hey, Robin.
What's going on?
You probably don't remember me, but like, I think 2 weeks ago, I called and I told you about a situation. It was about me moving across the country. I don't know if you remember.
Was it to Seattle?
What?
Where was the move to?
It was it was from Maine to Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm that guy, and I had some updates. So basically, I was the girl that I used to be friends with and live with lived near. She got a boyfriend, so I've gotten over that whole thing, and so I think that's pretty good. But the real reason I called was because I met this girl who lived in a city that's like right next to Seattle, and I saw her while I was in Seattle because there was like a concert going on, and I saw her, and I'm like, hey, she looks about to be my age. So I don't know how I did it. I've never been able to have that much courage. I got her snap.
There you go.
We've been talking for about a week, and it was the most asking for it was probably the most terrifying thing I've ever done.
It's fucking scary, my guy. Definitely, 100%.
Because I've never like initiated anything like that before. So I got it, and since she was like about an hour away, or like 1 hour or 2 away, right?
Right.
And she asked if I wanted to meet up on this Saturday, right? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And then so I started thinking about places we could go, like in downtown Seattle, and So, and then wait, like an hour later, she snapped me and asked, "It's a date, right?" And I said yes. I'm pretty sure that she was hoping it was, so that's good.
Good.
But my biggest issue is getting there because my parents think I'm just hanging out with someone, and I don't know how to say, I don't know if I can get there, or either call it off and I don't go at all, or I tell my parents that it's a date and I need a ride there, and I don't know what to do.
Would your parents be upset if it was a date?
That's the issue. I don't know, and I don't know how to like figure out if they would be. So should I just like say should I say I'm not actually hanging out with friends, it's a date, or should I just try to keep the
How old are you again?
I'm 16.
Bro, yeah. Tell them it's a date. Because if they're upset with you, whatever, and then you don't get to go. But it's better. There's nothing worse than lying and then having to keep up with a lie, and then you're nervous the whole time that someone's going to find out it wasn't. Just break it down for them, saying, hey, I have a date with a girl. I'd like to go see her. Plus, you're not like bringing each other to like your houses and stuff. Like, there's no real bad shit you can do in the middle of. I mean, there is if you want to be risky, but it's you generally like you're not being degenerates. You're going on a cute little date, and you got to start at one point so they can get upset about it. But the little man's growing up. Let him know. Because if you don't, and you just give up. What are you gonna do? You're just gonna sit there and think about it. You have an opportunity here. Don't squander it.
Right.
Go for it.
And also, I was wondering if I should, if it goes well, I don't know how to go about saying, "Hey, that was fun. Let's do it again." I don't know what to say.
We're
just gonna go to Seattle again.
You just said it.
I can't just bring it.
Like, you don't have to go to Seattle again, but say I want to see you again. You can say that.
All right.
And that's just the next step. Then you figure out what you're going to do after that. But if it goes well, yeah, just let it. This is the worst part about texting, I always say, because texting gives you time to think, which is not what you want in these situations. I've gone through multiple, every time there's a girl in my life that is way out of my league and super pretty, I blow it because I overthink my texts and I think I become Shakespeare and I want to write the smartest, wittiest, cutest shit. And it just a stream of consciousness. What are you thinking? Wow, I really want to see this person again. Hey, I really want to see you again. Be honest. Just whatever you're feeling in that moment, text it to them. Don't wait to hit send. Send it. Just get those thoughts out, because otherwise you're going to overthink it and it's just going to either come off disingenuous or just a little off. And people can pick up on that. So just whatever you're feeling, send it over.
Thank you. That's really helpful.
Seriously. That's one thing it took me way too long to learn. So I'm glad to tell it to you at this age.
Thank you so much, Father.
No problem, bud. Have a good one. I wish you the best of luck, all right?
Thank you.
Bless your heart. What did Orb do, for Christ's sake? Oh, man, imagine getting a text from Father. Stop. Stop it. Foul advice, damn straight. We can all dream. Gwen? Who are you? What the hell's going on? That one kid? Stop being horny!
Call from
Kelvin.
To accept, press 1.
Did you say Kelvin or Kevin?
Calvin again.
Oh, Calvin. All right, what's up?
Well, I was just wondering if you did family advice, too.
To a degree, yeah.
New advice. All right. First of all, I'd like to thank Bobby for featuring me in the chorus of this song.
What part of you were the 14 date one?
The 14.
Yeah. Yep. You're now in DownBad lore, so congratulations.
Yeah. Pretty proud of that. The second of all, okay, so I live in a house with both of my parents, sadly, and I'm 16. I turn 17 next November. And the threat of getting kicked out / dropped off at a homeless shelter has been here for quite some time, right?
Yeah.
So my options are, so this summer I work at Subway. I'm gonna be managing 2 stores this summer, and I'll probably leave after the extra paycheck, but I'll end up taking a different management position somewhere else. But the question is, my parents are kind of loaded, not super loaded, but they're a little.
Well, The term is well off. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, if because basically my main idea right now is kicked out. I've got an apartment ready. Like, I can afford rent.
Right.
I really there won't be any food costs because I'm still going to school and I work at Subway.
Yeah. Right.
And other than that, like, it's got a shared laundry room with the rest of the house, like all that. The other option is I can stay for another year and a half. So, cause the reason I'm like iffy on my first option is, first of all, I gotta get my parents to actually like kick me out, and to get that far is
a nightmare.
Like it's like you gotta get through the storm to get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sail across the sea.
Yeah. So like, if I do that, it first of all it's gonna be tough, and second of all, I might get taken out of the will, and that will, like, oh my god, like that makes me feel comfortable with actually like owning a house by the time I'm 70. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In this day and age. But so like that's one of the problems. But the other problem, like basically I'm weighing like money and like another year and a half, 2 years of my life, or I dip. My mental health goes up, my school grades go up, I just feel better, and I could make it, and then I would also, because my parents are not going to be paying for my college, so I would also qualify for benefits, because right now if I stay in my home and I go to college, I don't qualify for like financial aid.
Right. Yeah.
My parents.
Yeah.
But since I'm a dependent, but they're not paying for any of the college, and I would have to find student loans and those. It's just a whole mess. So if I leave, I qualify for financial aid. I can be an independent. I don't know. It's just like I gotta weigh the two, and it's like mental health and like freedoms and like getting out of this environment.
Yes.
Versus
I mean,
the money.
Yes. So 2 things I want to say about that. One, I was just talking to my brother and my very rich friend about wills. Oh, excuse me. And how, like, my family, we were never, like, dirt poor. Like, the recession hit us pretty hard. I remember that. But, like, my dad's a penny pinching motherfucker. Like, my whole life, he's like, I leave a light in my room on for more than 20 minutes. He comes barreling in. Like, turn that shit off. You don't pay for the lights. Like, shut that door. You don't pay for the heat. Always getting generic brands, all that stuff. But, like, we were never, he made me feel poor, but we were never that poor. That being said, the will, we started talking to my rich friend. He was talking about the will. Me and my brother were like, oh, fuck, that's right. We're going to get money when they die. That's insane to think about. Like, the will has never been on our table. And it's one of those things where, like, if you were raised in that situation with the well-off parents, like, that's always in the back of your head. But you got to remember that you have so many years before that happens. And there are so many opportunities to, 1, get back in the will, and 2, get kicked out of the will. So, you know, this might be whatever, but they might realize at one point that this is silly. You weren't in a good place. If they kick you out of the will at what, 17, and like they're just, you know, they're already threatening you and shit like that. Like, things aren't going well. By removing yourself from the situation. Say it again.
They haven't been since I was like, I want to say like, it's been like bad, but like I haven't known it was bad until
right.
like 13.
Like that, the money.
Ever since then, it's just gotten worse.
First of all, you're a manager at your age, managing 2 stores. Yeah. You have the work drive in you, clearly. Like, you're worried about school. Yeah. You're worried about mental health. These are things that all people at your age are not even considering. You have a great, I would say, you know, you're not the CEO, but at your age, having that job is fantastic. It's great on a resume already. You're already planning on going to college. You shouldn't worry too much about that will. You really shouldn't. You should put yourself first in these moments.
Yeah, my 2 things are like, so my mother owns a couple Allstate agencies, and my dad's an IT manager. So like, obviously, it's a decent amount, and they're both older parents. They're both 50, and this sounds terrible, but like, I mean, terrible things with terrible people. But so like, it's not that I don't think. I'm just saying like, they're very obsessed with their like public appearance. Like, it doesn't look good for my mother, and I don't know. I've just been weighing it out recently. Like, will they actually, first of all, kick me out of the will if I dip? And second of all, I just have to get the balls to do it.
Well, so
Third of all,
do you have to have a big blow-up fight to get out of there, or can you just say you're getting out of there and that'll create the big blow-up fight?
so it's funny. So they've been threatening. So the 5 threats going on in my house. Moving out, best option. Second one is getting kicked out, second best option. Third one is dropped off at a homeless shelter with nothing. I'll just get one of my friends to pick me up. We'll raid my house. Fourth option is summer camp, like overnight, like over the whole summer. They don't want me working right now. It's like I've been going to work, I want to say, for like 3 months without them knowing, because they had me quit my job. They'd had me cancel all my license tests.
Why?
So it's a long story, but basically it started with my grades going down a little bit at the beginning. They had me quit my job because they thought I was working too much and not spending enough time with the family, but some family that is. Second of all, I don't know. My mother is pretty petty, if I'm gonna be honest, and I'm not gonna lie. I am a teenager. I'm a little rebellious. I got authority problems, but not to that degree. Nothing that warrants what they do. And I would say I'm not as bad as a lot of kids my age, but when they had me quit my job was like my getaway out of the house. I worked, I want to say 3 school nights a week, 4 to 9:30, and then weekends when I could, when I didn't have hockey. And I don't know, it was just my getaway out of the house. I love getting out of the house. I hate being here.
Right.
But I don't know, just to like give you an idea, I don't have a door on my room right now. I've got a wild flag hanging there. My window is like kind of shitty, so it gets really cold in my room. I don't know, it's just like a shit environment. It's not great. But like, they had me quit. Sorry, I got off track. They had me quit because I'm a straight A student normally, A's and B's, AP classes, honors. They had me quit because my grades dropped a little bit in the beginning of the try. It's the beginning of the try. I'm ADHD. I have a lot of missing assignments usually, but it's always fixed by the end of the try. Like, I've never ended a try below a C- or a B-.
What are they worried about? B minuses?
I don't know, me having a mind of my own, I guess. But yeah, so they had me quit my job, and my manager convinced them to like let me keep just not have me scheduled at all until I fixed my grades, so that she didn't have to fire me because I'm one of her best workers. And then I've been sneaking into work, obviously, because I need money. And not last Saturday, 2 Saturdays. So after all that, I let my grades tank when they had me quit because I was pissed. Because I was stuck at home every night, and like I was not in a good place in my life. Like, that's probably one of the 2 roughest spots in my life. But and then they had me cancel my license test right after I started bringing all my grades back up and like trying to fix things so that I could like take my license. Nope, they had me cancel that. So then I let my grades tank again. Same thing. I ended for the first time last try. I had 2 D pluses, a C minus, and 2 B minuses. And that was after like getting them all up. It was bad. I've never had grades that low. But and of course they're mad about it now. But what happened was 2 Saturdays ago, I want to say, I got grounded the night before. My dad and I got in a huge fight, shoving, all that shit. Like, my room was torn apart. So I was already pissed. And then the next morning, I didn't even check for my phone because they had me turn in my phone in their room. And I didn't really want to wake them up because I had a 14-hour shift. So I just left a note. I said I was going biking. I took the towel tracker out of my wallet. All that. And then go to work. The whole morning I was kind of paranoid because I knew since I didn't have my phone, they wouldn't be able to use Life 360 like they usually do. And I purposely took the towel tracker out just to, like, I guess, poke at them a little bit because they took away my phone and I kind of need my phone.
Right.
But and then around 5 p.m. that day, because I worked, I want to say 8 a.m. to like 9 p.m. Around 5 p.m., my manager, who I told that morning, I'm like, hey, don't text my phone. My parents have it. You text my phone, I probably won't be able to go into work. She asked me to switch which store I'm at. She texted my phone that. So my mother starts going through my phone, my Snapchat, all that, like literally going through everything, texting all my friends, calling them from her phone. It's really just, it's like she doesn't understand that she doesn't own the world. Like genuinely, like I'm not trying to like say it in a pretty way. Like she genuinely thinks she can do whatever she wants, and people have to listen to her. And it's just crazy. But she calls all my friends. She's like, I know what you know where he is. And it's funny because she calls my assistant manager, and the assistant manager, who could have literally said, I'm not sure exactly at the moment, gives her my exact store, how long I've been working without her knowing, all that. And I'm like, you're screwing me here. Like, I'm literally dead. But they keep missing me because I went back to the other store as they went to the store that I was at currently.
Yeah.
And then they were all confused. Well, my father, so at this point I'm scared shitless because I'm like, they're going to think I've been avoiding them purposely. I'm literally dead. But, so I'm like loading up my bike at the end of my shift into my friend's car, and one of the employees comes out, because I'm friends with all the employees other than the assistant manager. And she's like, hey, your dad just came in. We told him we didn't know where you were, but he's out in the parking lot now. It's like 9 p.m. now, so I'm like, shit. So I have my friend turn off her headlights, back out, and we just got it out of the parking lot. And I dipped to a friend's house to think about like what the fuck my options were, because I genuinely like was gonna die if I went home. So we drove by my house just to see if my mother wasn't home. I was gonna sneak back into the house and just be like, hey, I got home from biking. She was home, so we went back to the friend's house. I'm like, I'm just gonna crash here tonight and see if I can let this all blow over. Around 11 p.m., the cops call my friend and her friend, who was also there, who's like kind of a friend. She's in my contacts, and say, hey, if you see Kelvin, he's currently reported as a runaway.
I thought you had to wait 24 hours to make that report.
Because I'm a minor, they don't have to, because the first 24 hours are the most important. And it's so like they said they didn't know where I was, then they lied to the cops, and that was like a whole mess. I'm like, y'all shouldn't have done that for one. Like I would have just gone home, because that's fucked. But the cop didn't press charges. He showed up at like midnight with his headlights off, and I was like, alright, fuck, I'm fucked. But nothing happened that night, obviously, because literally the cops were involved. I don't think they could do anything without it being like, hey, that's a little sketchy. But it's hilarious because my friends told them the whole situation, and they were like, yeah, brought me home, told my parents what my friend said.
Oh my God.
And my mother goes, well, I'm just a screamer. And I'm like, oh my God, don't even. But, and the cop's like, oh, aren't we all? And then just hands me off. And I'm like, y'all, you could have just signed my death, like, right there.
So, yeah, where did this, so where are we at now?
Like, so this has been 2 weeks. I mean, obviously my mom's up my ass every day. I mean, it's normal shit. I did the normal, like, oh yeah, I promise I'll be better. But I don't know. It's like, I gotta get the balls to leave. And part of me is like, it's good sometimes, it's bad sometimes, you know? And part of me is like, well, I can't leave when it's good, because then I feel like I'm creating a problem where there isn't one. You know what I mean?
You just gotta, dude. Everyone in the chat agrees. You just gotta get out of there.
But the other thing is, I think it's funny that they thought they would be able, I've been planning to run away since I was 14.
Right.
But I think it's funny that they thought they would be able to find me within 12 hours of me, like, dipping. Like, I was literally at work. You can literally see where I was. I was on, my manager texted you where I was every time you asked. How did you not catch me?
So, yeah, I mean.
How did you not find me?
Yeah, you got a pretty good look at what's going to happen if you do get out of there.
Yeah, like, it's funny. It's just like, dude, if I wanted to dip, I would be in Mexico by then. Like, I would be gone.
Just
Amtrak all the way out.
You gotta just tell them you want to get the fuck out of there. They blow it up.
Yeah.
They blow it up. You gotta get out of that situation. That's one of those.
That's just the other thing is, every time I mention it, they're like, "Oh, you think you're such an adult?" Blah 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 blah. Like all this shit. Like, you're such an adult, huh? You wanna, and then so when I say I want to move out, I want to like move out, being able to pack the things that I bought, because a lot of my shit is mine. I bought it. I paid for it. I mean, knowing them, they did not pay for a lot of the shit in my room. I made my desk. I bought my chair. The sheets are mine.
That's a
like,
that's
all
a
that.
classic manipulation tactic, is what they're doing.
But their favorite thing to do is every time I'll talk about it in like a fight, they'll be like, "You think you're such an adult? Let's just drive you to the homeless shelter right now and drop you off." And the problem is I can't get a warning off to one of my friends to just come and pick me up, and they always skew it, so it's like,
well, they can't.
you want
So
her,
they
and they know how I want it, but it's like they're skewing it.
pretty sure legally they can't fucking do that.
Legally, they can at 16 kick you out of your house, but you are immediately emancipated in Minnesota because there's no emancipation, I guess, proceedings or whatever. And honestly, I'd be fine if they did that because I can come back, I'll raid my house, whatever. It's
And
annoying.
also, I would suggest keeping a piece of paper with your friends' numbers on it, because that place is gonna the homeless shelter is gonna have a phone for you.
Yeah.
So
I know my 3 best friends' phone numbers, and 2 of them have a license. I can call them.
But that's just
and then I'll just have them.
No parent. There's such things there's tough love, but then there's, you know, like what do they think is gonna happen after that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Either it's just a shitty situation, but you got to pull the trigger sooner rather than later, because this doesn't look like it's getting any better.
Initially my idea was get my license before I do anything, because it's a whole mess if you get emancipated, because then you gotta like go through tons of processes. So I'm like, we'll stick with getting my license. Maybe once I have my license, I'll have a little more freedom. I'll be able to get out of the house. It'll be fine. And if I don't, then I'll have my license. But they're talking about having me cancel again my license test. And last time my friend was like, hey, they just need to sign for your license. You can take your license test without them. I'll literally let you use my car. We chickened out at the last second, but this time I might just take the license, get the papers, and dip as soon as I possibly can. Like, I've got a room that I've already contacted the owner of. I just need to get the balls to pull the trigger, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, if me in the chat are any influence, definitely get the fuck out of there, my guy.
Yeah.
I'm not, once again, I'm not a therapist, but I mean, I think anyone would tell you the same thing. This is just not healthy.
I've had 2 therapists, and they both got fired by them. So.
By your parents?
Yeah. One of them was for family therapy, believe it or not.
Oh my God. Yeah, bro.
He got fired because he expected them to come in for another visit instead of just me, because initially it was just me in the visits for family therapy.
Oh my God.
I can just send you problems there. I don't know.
Bro, yeah, just I'm gonna leave you with that. You just gotta get out of there. All right, that's what I want for you.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is like I don't want CPS involved because CPS is just a whole shit show.
Yeah, CPS really doesn't. I used to have a friend who worked in CPS who quit because
it's so hard to get out.
I know it's a disgusting cycle. CPS is. It's really not. People act like it's a godsend. It's really not. It really causes more problems than it's worth.
Like, oh, just call the cops. Let the cops know her. Oh, just let CPS know her. Just turn yourself in or turn your parents in. I'm like, dude, I'm better off hiding in some fucking cemetery.
You really are. You're better off at that homeless shelter than calling those fucking people.
Like, for real.
It's bad news. All right. Get it done. All right, my guy? I hope I gave you enough influence to pull trig.
Yeah. I hope so.
All right.
Have a good one, Tucker.
You too. I believe in you, my guy. A lot of stuff to get off the chest, but we had to let him talk that out. This church music is so cringe. Show your support to the boy. I guess W's in the chat. No, it's not W.
Call from
Ezzy.
What's your name?
Hello?
Hello. Can you turn on the stream?
I am on it. Yeah, I'll turn it off.
No problem.
Here we go.
What's your name?
Alright. My name's Ezzy.
Ezzy. Oh, that was TSF? Holy shit. Ezzy, what can I do? Oh, Ezzy, we've talked before.
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay. Different thing now. Okay. So basically, so that we've been talking to this girl for about a month, and I just trying to figure out what's going on. So for the first couple weeks or whatever, she was giving like every sign possible, right? She was starting lots of conversations, texting, she was doing everything, right? But then
we were FaceTiming night to like 1 a.m. You know,
Right.
everything was going great. But then in the last like week or so, she's just been very dry, quiet. I asked if she wanted to FaceTime. She just keeps pushing it off a bit. You know, like I don't know. Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you want advice on that situation?
What do you think like it means? Like at first, you know, very active and stuff, and suddenly like nothing.
People, I mean, losing interest is a very common thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to bring it up. I mean, this is gonna go one of two ways. So either she's dealing with some shit you don't know about, and you ask her like, "Hey, you've been distant recently, and I've been putting a lot of effort in. I just want to know what's going on." She's either gonna tell you, "Yeah, I'm just not feeling it anymore, which is gonna suck, but it happens. People grow apart," or she's gonna say, "Yeah, my uncle just died," or whatever the fuck happened, and she's just going through some stuff. But those are like she's not gonna all of a sudden text you and be like, "Whoa, sorry about all that. Let's go right back to what we were doing." That doesn't happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you just gotta lay it down for her because you're hurt right now. You're hurting, and she's the one hurting you. So break it down.
All right.
All right, my guy.
Thanks.
No problem, Ezzy. Have a good one. TSF, no problem with going overtime because that call was so short that we made up for it.
Call from
Andrew.
Andrew, how we doing?
Pretty good, Father. How are you?
Good. What can I do for you?
So I got that update on you. You remember me, right?
What was the call?
The girl that was like, "Hey," and like I literally had a million signs to like make a move and.
Right.
Okay. And then so I don't know if I ever told you. I asked about like the prom thing, like if and whatnot. So my idea originally was to set up these like LED light strips on like the street below her balcony that spelled out prom, and then I would like call her on FaceTime and tell her how I feel and tell her to walk outside and boom. So I tell her like our plan was to go like if possibly school was canceled because of snow. I know it's like literally middle of April, but we literally had like a week of snow last week in like the Pacific Northwest for no reason. And so I was like, oh yeah, we should totally do like donuts in a parking lot, and then we'll get milkshakes after if school's canceled. And I made the bullshit excuse to like, because I didn't want to just go stalk her house to make sure that like everything was like possible.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell her that like, oh, I'm gonna go like look at the road and make sure everything is like safe. So if I could pick you up in the snow, like make sure it's not too steep, or maybe I'll find another back route. So I'm just like driving around her neighborhood, just because like I wanted to know that I'm there and everything.
Yeah.
And so, like I didn't want to be all creepy, so I told her that, and like it just was not a good like place to set it up. The houses blocked the street. So my only option was like maybe this like little cul-de-sac to the side, but then it was like at like a bad angle and everything. And so I decided instead it'd probably be cuter to just like set it up on like a hillside and then drive with her to the sign. So we set up a date, and I tell her that like afterwards I have a surprise for her. And so the date was to go ice skating, and that was like the really first physical move I made was to like hold her hand while ice skating. It was like really cute. She like almost wiped the fuck out like 4 different times, and I like caught her, which was like super adorable. And,
right.
Talk to know each other. So after that, like, or before that, actually, me and my friend like for an hour set up these lights, and like I had him wait there for like an hour and a half, like literally a fucking legend. I owe him my life.
Yeah, good guy.
And so like we're driving there afterwards, and I have like her like a bouquet of her favorite flowers behind her seat in the car underneath a blanket. So like I intentionally was planning like as I drove up the hill towards like where it was gonna be, I would like tell her how I feel, like, you know, I was like, oh, this past little bit, like we've been hanging out, like I think you're an amazing person, I want to keep hanging out with you, blah blah blah, like I see you as more than a friend, stuff like that. And then I was like, with that being said, and then I like reached behind her, I grabbed the flowers, I handed to her, and then she's like, she's like all cute and like, oh, thank you, blah, 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 like stuff like that. And then I pull up to the sign and I'm like, will you go to prom with me? And then it's like LED light strips that spell out prom. It was like really cute. And she says yes.
Word.
And then we get out with photos, and I have it in the meme chat in Discord, like to post it, like a little selfie.
Let's see if I can find that real quick.
Super nervous. I was super nervous. So I didn't actually like get a quality selfie because I just like, oh, I gotta take something. So I kind of just like rushed to take one. Like I wasn't really even looking at the screen. I kind of just wanted to make sure that like I had a selfie with everything in it. So it came out a little bit blurry. My smile was kind of weird. I have like my arm around her like neck or like shoulder area.
Yeah.
Her, like it's kind of like pushed down a bit, and then we're not centered on the sign. Oh god, it was okay. I didn't post it, but I kind of sent it to her afterwards, and it was like I saved it. So she said yes, and then and then afterwards, like with the friend who helped me set it up, he went to pick up his date, and then we went on like a double date, like street racing, which was like really fun. And then like after that, I got milkshakes with her, and like she's telling me like that the plan was originally to go with her friends, like they already reserved the limo, and she's like, oh, you could totally go with us, like. And I told her, like, I don't know if I should, like, I don't want to be the only guy there, like, are any of your other friends taking their dates? And she's like, oh, maybe one or two of them are. We haven't talked about it anymore after that. It's been, like, a week and a half, so we probably should.
I don't know what the hell's going on. One sec. I'm bringing up the picture. There we go. There's the picture.
Yeah. It was pretty adorable. She like took a picture of, and she posted it, and then she took a picture of like the bouquet of flowers with the sign behind it. She posted that, and then she got home, she put it in a vase, and then she took a picture, and she was like, white tulips have my heart.
Ah.
Yeah. I already knew her favorite flowers were tulips, specifically the white ones, so I drove for like 45 minutes that day trying to find like really nice white tulips in the area. It was a really fun night, literally like the greatest night we've had in a while. Like we were playing music while driving to like the street racing spot. It was such a vibe. Like,
huh? Well, I'm glad my advice fucking worked, you idiot. I'm glad you listened to me.
I still haven't kissed. her. We're going this Friday to the musical, like the school musical. And then afterwards we're gonna go street racing, and then before we're gonna go golfing. If it's golfing and if it's raining, then I'm gonna put a song, and then I'll play my playlist, which has a few romantic songs. When it comes to a romantic song, I'm gonna just grab her and then start like doing cute shit in the rain, and then like I'll go for it. If it's not raining, then I'll figure it out.
Well, I always give this advice. It sounds like a cute idea, but never overplan a kiss, because something can go wrong and then you panic. So just plan on kissing her.
I overplanned the prom thing, and it went really well.
Okay, that's really different though. That's different. That all came together. That was great, but that's a plan. This is like you're planning things that you don't even know are gonna happen. So just be aware that shit might go askew, but you'll find your moment. All right, my guy.
Yes, thank you. I just wanted to update you. I wanted to appreciate you. I needed the confidence. I needed the reassurance. There were like multiple times like I was doubting. Like I was doubting whether or not she actually liked me. Like I was literally ready to just like stop talking to her after she would leave me undelivered for like a day or two.
Absolute goober.
She'd always apologize though. Yeah, she'd always just apologize, and then you assured me she was a bad texter, which I 100% agree, and like I signed up for her now officially. Like I understand that.
Yeah.
Forgetful. She's a bad texter, but like in person, like God, it's amazing. It's a lot.
Super happy for you, my guy. I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming in and saying that. Go and get it. Go get your kiss.
Thank you.
Bless your heart.
Have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Happy 420. All right. I'm going to have to skedaddle a little bit earlier today. I have something to run to. But before we go, we're going to listen to Bobby's song one more time, and then we're going to rate somebody. Hey, there's a girl who is a loose... What is this? Loose friend of a friend. Slow down. Slow down. And no classes but lunch. Slow down. I don't know how do I ever snap her, but she didn't... I don't know, my guy. Let's talk to her.
Father tuck his
Glory.
Father Tucker's gonna open the lines and listen to our stories. We're the Down Bad Patrollees. It doesn't have to be a bad day if they turn you down.
Happy 420. Give her a Grammy. Father has to dip on 420. I don't even smoke, pimp. I don't. Father, isn't that simple? I got something called social anxiety. What do you want me to say? There's no magic potion. All right, guys. Sending you off to this. Stories.